that we use are referred to as the canon of the Holy Bible. Canon. The canon of the Holy Bible. But I want you to be assured that there are more than 66. I read from the book of Esdras. Change that title from that title screen where it says Luke and put Esdras, first Esdras 8:82 through 85. That's not your fault, that's my fault. The 66 books that we know of, it's called the canon. All right? But there are more than the 66 books that we accept as the Holy Scriptures. There was a council in 325 AD. It was known as the Council of Nicaea. It was a gathering of Christian bishops, and they convened at the direction of the Roman Emperor Constantine. And so a Roman emperor by the name of Constantine, he told these bishops to come together. He was a powerful European leader. What kind of leader was he? And where was he from? Europe. A powerful European leader. He told all these Christian bishops to come together. By 367 AD, they gathered in 325 when they started. By 367 AD, the books included in what we now call the Holy Bible were widely accepted as the canon. So in those years, between 325 and 367, they established that the 66 that we now use, there were more, but the 66 that we now use, these are the ones that are accepted. Put in your mind the times that we live in today. You got descendants of Europe deciding what they want and what they don't want in the history books.
Come on.
What they don't want, they ban it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about history now. I ain't talking about that other stuff.
Yeah.
See, what they do is they throw our stuff in there with other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And then get us to back off because they say you don't want you. No, history is history.
Yeah.
Truth is truth. And I'm not going to stop speaking on our issues because you try to make me afraid that if I fight about my issues or fight about, my issues or fight against some other stuff, it's some stuff that need to be banned.
Yeah.
Some stuff that our children don't need. But accurate history needs to be in the book and included. But this powerful European leader called them together, and then what they did is they came up with the 66 books that they said were acceptable to be in the canon.
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere. Don't get me mad. Don't get mad at me. Now, I want to be real clear with you now. The oldest and most complete illustrated Bible in existence is called the Ethiopian Bible. Where is Ethiopia? It's in Africa. That's the oldest and most complete Bible in existence. And it's nearly 800 years older than what we look at, the King James. Y'all ever heard the King James?
Yeah.
Over 800 years older than the King James Bible. Now let me tell you about the King James Bible. King James Bible was translated in the 1500s. And why was it translated? Because another powerful European leader, a king by the name of James I, he directed the church to translate the Bible that was in existence. He directed the church to to translate the wording and change the wording to wording that made him feel comfortable as a king. The Ethiopian Bible, it had additional books, and they were removed under the direction of these European leaders. European. You know the folk that came over here and said they discovered a country that people are already living in. How you discover something that somebody else already living in?
Come on.
I just want you to be clear when I say Europeans what I'm talking about. And it says that under the direction of these European leaders, there were books that were removed.
Come on.
They even went further during slavery. As our people began to read, they had what was called a slave Bible.
Yeah.
And any scripture that talked about liberty and freedom and equality and justice, it wasn't included in the little slave Bible. All this stuff that says slaves obey your masters.
Yeah.
All this stuff that kept us in subjection to these powerful European descendants. And so scriptures were removed under the direction of these European leaders, and the book of Esdras, Esdras, is one that was removed. What I just read from. So you probably have never heard in a sermon in a pulpit of a Christian church somebody preach from the book of Esdras. It was removed. That need to be in there for whatever the powerful European leaders, whatever reason they thought it didn't need, it doesn't need to be in there. And so it was targeted for removal. There's some things right now that some descendants that think that they're powerful of Europeans, they target, even in our history books. They don't want you to teach. I was recently at a banquet, and this woman, she said that she saw the documentary Rosewood, and she saw her grandfather that was in the documentary. It didn't portray him well. And one of our people, God bless her soul, good person, but told her, because she was hurt that it portrayed her grandfather not in a good light. And it hurt her, and so she went in Ocala. She said she's in Ocala, and she talked to this person, and the person told her, don't worry, that wasn't you, that was your grandfather. But it still hurt her because it said bad things about her grandfather. And her grandfather was a racist and this and that. He was a former governor of Florida. And the person went a little too far in my book and said, well, the documentary wasn't completely accurate.